Catherine, let's kick off with your 2021 sustainability report. What are the
Mhm.
key findings, not just in global trends, but specifically here in the Philippines? How are we doing when it comes to sustainability in our consumption habits?
All right. So, in terms of the 2021 sustainability report, it mainly reinforces our ambition and commitment to sustainability. In fact, leading the sustainability transformation is at the forefront of our ambitions. So, together with our partners locally, our customers locally, and the government that we are in, we aim to accelerate the sustainable innovation by maximizing use of renewable materials, minimizing the carbon impact of our own operations, enabling greater access to safe food while contributing to food waste reduction, and driving action to develop sustainable recycling value chains.
Okay, Miss Catherine, let's take a step back, and I just want to understand what are the recycling habits of Filipinos. I mean, when you walk around the streets, you still unfortunately see so much trash. In the
Yeah.
streets, I don't even know whether my neighbors are really segregating their trash. Has this improved? Has it gotten worse? Of course, COVID has developed all of this single-use plastic, which we were trying to already get rid of for purposes, medical purposes, hygiene purposes. What are the trends that you're seeing?
All right. So that's a great question. Sustainability is becoming an increasingly hot topic for all of consumers now. But I guess we can segment the consumer base to three main categories. So I guess we have the environmentalists, or those that are really taking an active part in lowering their carbon footprint. They are mindful with what they consume, the products that they buy. So that's one. And we see that this is actually a growing segment. And then we have the middle, which is like the eco aware, but I guess they aren't that active with regards to becoming proactive in segregating or being mindful. I guess they have their own reasons as well. But I think this segment as well is also growing because of the challenges that we see every day regarding climate change. And the third segment is still the eco doubters. I guess
Okay.
they are sustainability is still not at the top of their priority list, again for their own respective reasons. But we see that there is a shift from the eco doubters becoming more aware, and those that are more aware are becoming more active. So slowly, this shift also means that there is this responsibility as well for organizations to meet these demands from these end consumers.
How are you connecting with government programs, and have you seen the government improve in our quest for sustainability? We always report on the sources of energy, renewable energy, and now there's this debate on coal being back in the picture after having finally been banned. So how are they assisting in the recycling program? Are there much more initiatives that are going on with the private and public sector?
Yes, definitely. So we're engaging with government as well as a lot of key stakeholders across the recycling value chain. And as I mentioned a while ago, as consumers become more aware of how to be more sustainable, then these organizations follow suit. And we collaborate with all of these stakeholders across the recycling value chain on a wide range of activities. So when we refer to the recycling value chain, this doesn't only include the government, of course, but this also includes the recyclers, the consolidators, the junk shops, NGOs, even our customers, the brand owners, and also end consumers, and everything in between. And it's quite a range, to be honest, but we see this as necessary because we need to have a holistic view to ensure that beverage cartons, or used beverage cartons, UBCs for short, flow freely through the materials recovery stream and are collected and recycled.
Okay, how much of the beverage cartons are actually being recycled, and how has this changed from before? Is it 100%? What are your targets here? How much do you manage to collect back from consumers, and what's the process here when I throw my carton in my trash? What's the probability that that will actually be recycled? What's the probability that the one I'm drinking is actually coming from a recycled plant?
All right, so that's a great question. So let me chop up that question into the portions, right? So with regards to the collection volume, so as of latest data, we've already collected and recycled 1,000 tons of beverage cartons in the previous year. But
Okay.
and previous years, year on year, we have these targets that we really work for in order to have that neutrality and in terms of recovery and collection. Now, with regards to the second part of your question, like what exactly happens to the cartons? How exactly does this end up at the recycler? So as I mentioned a while ago, we're working with different stakeholders. So this is the junk shops. These are the consolidators. Specifically, we work with a paper consolidator because beverage cartons are a paper-based material. And at each junction or at each point of these stakeholders, we educate them. We figure out, okay, what are the bottlenecks of the recycling value chain that we have for beverage cartons here in the Philippines, and we come up with solutions. And we come up with solutions and programs for this to be able to flow freely and end up at a recycler for these to be turned into new recycled products. Now, for your third question or the third portion is okay. So how exactly does one make sure that these cartons get recycled? So apart from working with the value chain, we also collaborate with different collectors. I guess you maybe heard of like green ants or plastic flamingo. So they are multi-material collectors, and we support each other with regards to the deployment of the different drop-off points in the metro and in the country. And so a good news as well is that we have recently expanded to Cebu with Smart Recycle via our recycler. So we're really, itching to, expand further and grow the collection network as much as possible, so that we reach our end goal of really collecting everything that's out there.